I heard when he finally finished.
Oh.
But I did
Dropping
start
Whoopsie doo! Here comes the goo.
at the end.
As Joe would say,
Yes.
"Here comes the stuff."
That's what he said.
The stuff came
Just
out.
like a hip cool black guy does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Ta-da!
No, what did he say? He did.
Yeah, that's what he I always like it when a listener brings something to our attention that gives us something to talk about. So, shout out to Dan Blair. We'll give you
Hey,
the
Dan.
full name.
What's up, Dan Blair?
Last week after the show, Dan hits us up on our Instagram. Please follow us. The DLP Agenda, I believe is what it is. And he says, maybe bring this to Robbie's attention. Are you listening, Robbie?
Oh my!
He was checking out your Instagram, and you follow an account, rockhard.rva.
What the?
What's
fuck?
RVA?
Public Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
Public boners in Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, hell yeah, Rob.
They have 57 followers. You're one of
Okay,
the
hold
mighty.
on. What's it called again? Rock Hard RV.
RVA.
Okay.
Rock Hard RVA.
Which is already the title of the episode.
Rock Hard RVA. Well, this might be the record for setting the first getting the show title so quickly.
That's impressive.
Why are you following
Hold
that?
on. Let's go around and
Oh,
guess.
guess.
I love that. I love
Okay.
that the listeners looking at my Instagram.
I got
All right,
it.
hold
I got
on.
a theory. Let's start. Let's round robin.
I am going to say that you, someone shared a photo with you that said, this looks like you or something, or somebody you know. It got passed around to you in some sort of email or text link chain thing. And then you looked into it and said, this is funny, and followed it.
None of those are.
Damn.
those.
Oh,
Okay,
I was
hold
hoping-
on. All right.
Because you made some pretty nice photoshops involving erections and enemies of ours.
Hey, keep it down.
Yeah.
I have another guess. He has it's his friend's website.
Robbie, is it
It's not. I don't know the person who started that.
Okay.
okay? Oh, are you just?
Hold on.
Are you trying to do public boners in other cities, and you wanted to see this is the this is the
Public
template?
boners Boston,
Yeah.
public boners Tampa.
You were
Boners
going to
are
take
taking
the
off.
idea and see if you couldn't parlay that into something great.
Yeah.
Well, that thought has occurred to me, but that's not the reason I followed.
But there's
it
a
again.
specific reason. You didn't just stumble upon it on a feed and went, that looks funny. The way like I will follow like an IG Asian OnlyFans model because the algorithm knows me.
Yes.
Right.
There's a specific okay, let me ask you a question. Did you seek out this account?
Yes.
You sought out public boners.
Yes.
And I wasn't right with my first guess.
I was spitting my heart pill out.
Okay, Robbie, can you give us a hint?
Yeah, I mean, I'm lost.
I discovered it. I think it popped up on
It did pop up.
It popped up rock hard.
feed
Yeah.
in VA.
originally, and she saw it was very funny, and I thought that's funny. I'm gonna follow it too.
So hold on. Now this is another layer. This popped up in the misses.
Yeah,
Yes.
interesting.
I think one of their posts popped up on her feed,
Uh-huh.
and then she showed it to me,
Ah.
and we laughed about it. and I
Now,
said-
are you
I went and looked
concerned
it
at
up, and
all?
It was funny.
Let's get back to my algorithm.
Yeah.
You know what I hunt for, okay? Just some golden hotties from a foreign land that want nothing to do with me. So it in turn, the algorithm says, Justin, here's this thick Korean booty fitness model.
Right.
Yeah.
What was the missus looking that said, hey, you might also like, I'm sorry, Rob, what's the account one more time?
Public boners.
Public
Rock Hard RVA.
Rock Hard RVA.
How
What's
many-
she looking up?
How many pictures are on this thing? I mean,
5?
They've only had like 5 posts.
how
or
many public boners have you seen in your life?
Well, I mean,
Uh,
it's not something I look for, but
But
maybe,
you know,
I don't remember one off.
I don't remember one either.
I'm sure I've seen them.
I do remember one story. I can't
Mac
remember-
Berkson seems to think you're a moderator on the Rock Hard page.
I
You actually you curate the bonus.
There's only 5 photos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember when I was in high school, my friend Dave Francis had a party,
Okay.
and there was a guy that worked at the shoe store with us, Tom McCann. And he was a very effeminate guy, but he represented himself as somebody who liked women.
I
Okay.
sure do love vaginas and breasts.
Okay. So he had a towel on, okay,
Mhm.
and he was in there, and my friend Dave jumped on him, and then we all jumped on this guy. like just fucking with him. And
Okay.
then we get up and ripped his towel off, and he was rock
Nice.
Oh,
Hot.
right, rock hard Crownsville.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
pin him down. We're gonna have sex with him to show him how gay we're not. He's gonna hate this
Yeah.
because I'm so
When I
bad
look
at it.
back, I'm like, why are we piling on this guy?
I think you guys might have had
Now-
some repressed
But,
tendencies.
yeah.
I don't think this is how it works, but when I went to see who they were following,
Okay.
and then it does suggested for you who we should follow, and it has Rick Strauss, the program director at 98 Rock.
You
What?
think they're affiliated?
No,
Oh
I just
my
think-
God. Rick Hard. Oh no. Rick Hard. Oh no. Do you know that he has at his house? Have you ever heard about the nickname of our boss's basement?
What's
Justin
that?
Scott and Spiegel 98 Rock. He has this. You think my arcade basement is something to behold?
Right.
I mean, even Dave Dennis would compare to what Rick Strauss has in his basement. He has the Coliseum style leather couch seating, drop down 100-inch screen, 4K projector,
Yeah.
walls lined with gold albums and knickknacks and guitars signed by you name a musician.
Right.
It's down there.
Mhm.
And
Jeremy Woodworth.
he calls it the Hard Rick Cafe.
I love it.
Which at first I'm like,
Mm.
I get
Yeah.
it. Like, now I'm thinking of boners. Okay.
Well,
Never occurred to me at first.
Hey,
you know, the
Good.
most recent photo. I don't.
Tell me that's not Nick Mullen.
Is that a boner?
Wait,
I-
is that a skeleton onesie, the
Yes.
likes of which we wore to my
yes,
birthday?
it says
There's too many foods on the plate touching here.
Let me see that.
That looks like Nick Mullen,
there's
who is
also
not.
the Saturn Death Cult is
Oh,
playing.
I see. And this guy.
And that is one of those onesies that we wore.
Have you
Okay.
liked all these photos, Robbie?
That doesn't.
I don't
look,
think I've.
That's
I don't
not
think
real,
I've liked
right?
any of
Is
their
it?
posts.
Man, you got to
I
have
might
a
have.
Why
hard
don't you
talk
go
with the
like all
missus,
of them?
dude.
There's a wrestler with a giant fucking hole.
That is
Here. Speaking of Joe's story,
crank.
this
I
guy.
will admit. I will
Yeah.
admit that I do share funny penis content with my fiance.
You share.
Funny
So,
penis content.
I want to be as in love as you two are one day.
So
if I
we-
send Mudge a dick anything, Robbie, I'm coming to live with you in Virginia.
She can't
It's
even
so off.
She can't even send Mudge a picture of Joe's face.
Yeah,
Because he's a dick.
He's
I
a
got
dick.
it. We got it. We
That's
got
for
it.
you, Mac. Hell yeah.
Hey, did you notice that the station is giving away signed guitars? You made me think about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you
The
see
12 days of
Yeah.
Xmas. Hell yeah.
One
With
of
Amelia,
the-
10 to 2.
one of the guitars is Nickelback.
Yep.
Now, it's funny because we were talking about. I don't even know. I know you're not supposed to kind of, shit on whatever the
And
thing.
I'm not. So
That's okay. But
One of the most
but,
popular bands of all time.
but that's the most.
One of those people
But
that fill the
that's the most
arenas.
valuable guitar.
yes.
Of all of them.
yeah, I mean, I guess values in the eye of the beholder, but as far as like universally,
No, to
there's
resell
the Struts, there's Nickelback,
Godsmack
there's
is
Godsmack.
Bush. I still think it's. I still think it's
Yeah.
Nickelback.
I mean, as far as like the largest, most successful group, I
But
would
but
probably
then
guess
what's
them.
it worth? Because those guys fill arenas.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't
Or
know.
did not now, but they did.
They probably still do north of the border.
Wolfgang Van Halen. That's
Mhm.
probably one that's valuable.
WVH. I mean,
Yeah.
got ties to one of the greatest heavy metal
Yeah,
guitar
yeah.
players of all time. What I actually wanted to ask you, Joe, if you don't mind, if we shift gears, what the fuck happened to the muffins? They weren't for you tonight.
Oh,
Is that a big
shit.
deal?
What happened to the
Yes.
muffins?
So let me tell you
Yes.
something.
She's
So-
just been building a studio for us all day long. We'll
no,
get
I
into that.
know that,
We'll get
but,
to that in a
here's the
Just
thing.
spit in her
Okay,
face.
look, there's 4 muffins. They're in a what do you call that thing they're in?
A decanter.
That's it. They're in a decanter.
That's not it.
We're having a breakfast here on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
Today's Tuesday. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I
Yes.
ate a muffin. How the hell would I know I couldn't eat a muffin?
How many muffins were there? 4?
There were 4.
You
Well,
ate
you-
25% of the
lot.
muffins.
Okay,
That's
I-
a
no,
quarter
no.
of the muffins.
But then
I
you
know.
said you're gonna. Did she bake them?
No,
Okay. Because you said you're gonna replace
gotta
them. Like
get-
you're not baking a muffin.
no. But I'm gonna go buy. What am I
The
gonna?
same kind.
I
You
guess
know
I
exactly
have
where
to.
she got.
She got it at Giant.
You better have them. They have a matching muffin.
I
You-
gotta
yes,
hope so.
I need a
Is that-
replacement muffin.
But here's the
That's
deal.
an Instagram I follow.
Yeah,
if I-
replacement muffin,
Matching muffins.
matching muffins.
If I put a blueberry in there, nobody would care, right? It's that doesn't
what are the
have
other?
to,
What are the other 3?
banana
remaining?
nut. I think.
You're
But
gonna notice.
hey, listen, I
Yeah.
do a lot of things that are inconsiderate. That doesn't seem because let me tell you something. The other day she got muffins and she goes, "Hey, I got muffins." She said it, and so
Yeah.
I ate them.
I get
So-
it. You see a muffin out, you're gonna eat
Is
it.
that a big- I
understand.
don't-
If there's anything in my house that I don't recognize as a standard
Mhm.
food item, do you guys, for example, do you regularly have muffins in the house?
We had them the other day. That's why I thought she got
so
them
this
again.
is a subsequent pack of muffins.
Yes.
So there were 4 prior.
Yes.
Shit. All right, that kind of undoes that.
I mean, look,
argument.
let's not act like it's not normally on me. I know that,
yeah.
but
She
this
should have
time-
told you because she should have known that you would have
Of
seen a muffin
course.
and ate it.
Yes. I'm not
Why
gonna-
put them out yet?
Yeah, they should be hidden from me,
Yes.
right?
Mac says, I
You know.
don't eat anything until being told I can. Mac, I don't drink tap water in my house without running it by that sorceress, lest ye be struck down by her wand.
And he's right. I'm normally very careful. Like I know I see orange juice in there for
Are
mimosas.
you normally careful?
I'm not. Nah, I am a little bit careful.
No, I
Try
get
to
you
be.
are, but it's tough. It's tough. You live here. You pay for half this things.
Yeah, I think I do,
If it's
right?
in your pantry or your refrigerator, you think you should be able to eat it, right?
I assume, right, that I
It's
can.
not crazy.
Now, let me tell you something. I am careful about what I open. Like, I don't want to be the first one to crack like a thing of like chips.
Oh, I don't mind doing that with your vodka. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I'm drinking your Bacardi, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't. Hey, by the way, should we mention what we're doing for Patreon?
Real quick,
Patreon?
I'm going to pull the curtain back here a little
Yes.
bit. So if you're enjoying this on the stream or you're
What's up,
listening to this
everybody?
afterwards, thank you to everybody in the chat tonight. Mac cracking me up on the Twitch the other night. We're going to get into that. You're going to have a chance to win literal money through that. I'll tell you why.
Cool.
Brittany, Kelsey, everybody else. We usually every other Tuesday for the Patreon episodes, we will get here early. We'll record a Patreon and then transition into the regular that you enjoy. Well, I don't have to be at work tomorrow.
Hey.
It is a Thanksgiving Day break. It's a week break. So I came up with the idea that why don't we do a ad hoc, just tacked on DLP new tradition, the first ever. We're going to be doing the DLP Buzzed Agenda later on. So we're going to be doing Patreon after the show.
Mhm.
And what we're going to do in no uncertain terms is get shithoused.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
we are going to
should
be
we-
concerningly drunk and or inebriated shrimp and white wine, as I like to say. So this next Patreon episode, which by the way is going to be chock full of reveals, huge shit talking, and hear me out, it's not going to make any sense, a yeast infection.
Mm.
So be sure to pay attention.
We
to
might
the DLP.
drink till we're blind.
So
Can't
before
wait
we
to
get
into
there,
that.
are we going to in between shows like pound a few shots? Because I won't be buzzed if I.
That makes sense.
We might start before the end of
We
this
might,
program.
yeah.
Okay.
And do you want to give the other thing that we're going to be doing as well? You always enjoy this every Wednesday night, the DLP Agenda YouTube page. You get the full episode. This Patreon episode, you're going to get a free 5 minutes YouTube live stream, and then we kill the feed.
Mhm.
You want to continue to enjoy it?
Nice.
You got to do the DLP Patreon thing. If you already are, welcome, brothers and sisters. Yes, but for a little bit, for this first ever, and may it be a tradition, the DLP Buzzed Agenda, we're going to give you a little taste.
Last week we talked about a blind chick who was, I think she started out at a 3, then she went to a 5, then she went to a 7, right? And
She moved up.
that's where she was progressing in terms of the way she was.
Her aggressiveness?
Yeah, in terms of wanting
Yes.
to have sleep with you.
Yes.
She said, "Let's make a baby together." It's not a.
yes.
Yeah.
She did say that. That usually implies
It means at least you want to.
Unprotected sex.
That's what
she came to the show, and I think this is a Patreon story.
Okay.
Let's save it for that
Mhm.
at the show.
Well,
Can we get to Robbie?
Can we talk about Robbie? Can we talk about what Robbie? Because
Yeah, because before the show, Robbie, you're suggesting that she's faking being blind.
Yes.
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Hell yeah.
Why?
Put
this
sight
way.
in her eyes.
Tell me what leads you to believe that.
I'll
first
put
thing.
it this way. I looked through her Instagram.
Jeez.
Something
Does she have a boner?
something she's never done. Yeah.
She number one, she's axe throwing.
Or they can
Jesus.
point her in
Yes.
the direction.
Okay, but listen. I just don't think if she has some sort of legal blindness, I don't think it's as severe
I
as
like-
she needs a cane and a
I
helmet.
like that Robbie's aggressive.
Hey, Robbie, Robbie,
Well,
can I be honest with you?
I-
I thought the same fucking thing. I'm not
Seriously?
kidding.
Thank
I
you.
jumped
You
on
did?
there and I saw the cane. I have known a few blind people. Are you familiar with one of our listeners? Her name is Blind Debbie. Blind
No.
Debbie, Justin Scott and Spiegel. She is
Mhm.
such an OG original. She
Right.
would wander off of a cliff trying to get to one of our shows. And one day she might.
Uh-huh.
But she has got, I mean, insensitively so. I call it the Roy Orbison eyeball. Where, if you took Roy Orbison's glasses off, those two eyes weren't on speaking terms. They're fucking shooting in every which way. They look like
Right.
crab eyes. And I've seen some people before that their eyes, you'd look at them and go, they aren't connected to the USB port. Those two eyes,
They were, yeah.
they're always looking where
Feels
they
like a
should
predator.
be. She's got the cane, and I gotta take her
Yeah.
word for it. I mean, otherwise you'd be like that one woman around here who faked cancer for people. and
Amanda
eventually
Tracy.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
It's like, chemo also makes your eyebrows fall off. So,
But okay, Robbie,
She
you
does-
said
She does look like she's her eyes are focused on where she's looking at the camera.
Her eyes look
Like I get
different.
steering her.
Look, if I close my eyes and Joe talks, I will look. I can move my head to where he is. I can.
How many?
You said when we took a photo that she knew how to look at the camera. Are you telling me that when someone
says say cheese,
you stand next to somebody and you don't know where to face, where the picture is? Is that what you're telling me?
It would be
not-
funnier if she was backwards.
Right.
It's not just that she's facing the camera. It's that her eyes seem to
Yeah,
be
like you could
focused.
steer the face
Okay.
exactly in the direction,
Well-
but the eyes are independent of. Like I could look at the dig dug machine and not face it, but you put me in front of the dig dug machine and say, "Look at the screen." I might look a couple inches lower. I'm currently facing the dig dug machine, but not looking at
Yeah, she doesn't know how tall the
Man.
person taking the picture
it.
is.
I did
It was
not
her
know about.
friend. It was helping her around.
She
So-
reaches
Justin,
in
you're
and,
better at
look,
faking blindness.
did
than
they
she is.
say-
she reaches in and steers the eyes.
Did she say? Did her friend say, "Hey, Sarah, or whatever her hell her name is, lift your head up another 3 inches"? Nothing like that.
I think she just look. I say those aren't 2 pillows? Maybe I did. I don't know. No.
Hell yeah.
So let me
What?
ask you this about. So you talked to
She's
her.
blind. Okay, I don't know. if
Was
it's
she looking
100%,
directly
is
at
she
you?
Stevie Wonder blind, but like I don't know what makes you blind.
You talked to her. Was
Yes.
she? Did she have sunglasses on?
No,
Okay. Were her eyes like moving? Yeah, googly
Were they doing
eyes.
that?
I don't know.
Did she give you the history of it too? Was she born with it or
No,
an
I
Hold
don't.
on,
I don't
what-
inquire.
What do you mean you don't know?
How would I know that?
When you look at people, when you talk to somebody, I'm
Ask
looking
her.
at your eyes. That's what you
Yeah,
look.
I don't know. I didn't know that Dylan had that thing in his eye for 3 years.
But you damn Jesus.
How the hell did you not know
How the
that?
hell did you
notice
not see that Titleist golf ball? R.I.P. Dylan, one of the original
It
cast members.
protruded
Rest
further
in
out than
peace.
his nose.
Yeah, that thing would show up to events before he did.
No, I believe
look at
that
people's
you.
souls.
So when you
You do not.
okay, another show title, Rob looks at people's souls. That's also in the running. Like when
I've
you
never
two-
seen Ariel's eyes. I'm always looking down.
Okay, that's a different
She
thing.
doesn't even have a face. So when you were in front of her, and again, we're gonna
Yes.
get more into a Patreon. But when you would look at her, were her eyes locked on yours, or was she
Look,
doing this bit here?
No.
Was she doing this thing where she's like kind of off? She's like northeast of your eyes.
I got the impression from her great concern about whether she would miss me or not, which again, when you tell someone you'll be selling merch after the show,
Yeah.
that seems easy place to find. And then there was a miscommunication. She couldn't find me. She was that I missed. So and the way she just walked around and had a cane and had a friend there, it seemed like it's not uncommon for her to not see somebody or to get
Okay.
something wrong.
Maybe she's just dumb.
I got it. Yeah, but you're not.
Don't
even-
talk about my girlfriend like
Even
that. Rob.
even dumb people look at you when you're talking to them. The dumbest people.
the dumbest that I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's apparently
A
you
few of them
spent,
will be
you
over
spent
on
some
Thursday.
time with her.
Yeah.
So when you talk to her, you didn't notice, because here's the deal. If somebody's blind, the first thing I'm doing is looking at their eyes, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna look and see if they've got that milky thing that's going
Yeah.
on. You got the Cosby. If you like, I say the
Her
Orbison.
eyes have a little something going on. Yeah.
Okay,
a
okay.
little something.
Right.
Were they? Did you just not
I
want
have
to say
so many
that?
pictures.
Okay,
What do
no,
you-
I got
okay.
it, but you see
Well-
him right. But those are stills. Do you see the difference?
Do you know who the villain in this story is? It's not you. It's not her. It's the motherfucker that took her axe throwing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
psychopath. You
Yeah.
just weaponized the
He's
blind woman.
fucking with her.
Yes,
That's what
you
he's
just
doing.
turned them 45
Yeah.
degrees, and suddenly you've got like a rival gone.
Hey,
I'm
man.
challenging her just like I challenged Restivo in golf.
Oh my God.
That's a good
Her
way.
versus
Yeah.
Restivo golfing. Holy shit. Holy her
Yeah.
versus Restivo at billiards. Holy shit, that's
Next
amazing.
time you see her, just throw a baseball at her.
Oh my God,
Okay,
Kelsey is
that's-
100% right. By the way,
What's that?
my bit that I would do to get on planes. Or
Yeah, you'd
I
be
would
deaf.
pretend to be deaf.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I left the casino up. I stopped doing that, but I left in the black because I was waiting for one day people to recognize that the hand signals that I were doing was just complete gibberish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
So
God.
Can you do the voice, Justin?
No, I can't do it.
You-
Okay, how about this? I will do it on the Patreon.
Okay,
There you
that's
go.
fair.
The whole show. The entire
The
show.
entire show, which you're also going to think is me doing an impression of
Yeah.
a dolphin.
Yes.
It's very unkind.
It was the rum.
Yes.
You are better at pretending to be deaf than she is at really being blind.
I'm incredible. You have no idea.
Because like if Justin was doing all the shit with his hands and doing that shit, you didn't know him, you'd be like, I don't know, I couldn't tell. I sounded the same. You wouldn't say that. So you
Right.
know what I'm saying? You could. I'm not buying what you're selling.
Well, I'm selling that she has vision issues.
Right.
I believe that she is blind, but she's the least blind looking blind person I think.
Right?
I've
She doesn't.
seen.
Most of them wear sunglasses.
I believe. I'm not
Okay.
be like, oh, okay, we have a
And have
next
a,
level bitch.
and have
on
a
our hands, if
milky
that's true.
eye.
Yeah,
Hey, Rob,
Yes,
Hackman
Rob.
is suggesting that you take her to the gun range on a date.
Jesus.
Well,
Yeah.
you would know where to go for that, Rob.
Yeah, great.
You know where all the guns and boners are in Virginia. Hey, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we talked about who Robbie was following on Instagram. I just found out who Gramps is following.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, a little word from our sponsor. Be right back. Rice, Mirtha, and Pesaurus. Justin is all about Randolph Rice, as he should be. But me, I'm a big George Pesaurus guy. That's my guy, good old GP. You know his nickname in high school? Pesaurus the Thesaurus. Did that nickname get him chicks? It absolutely did not. But that massive vocabulary will get you a win in court, and that's all that matters. Not only is that vocab vast, he also can speak 7 languages fluently. I can't even speak one good. Hey, Pesaurus the Thesaurus. What's another word for empathy? I don't know. Do you want that in English, Chinese, Portuguese, Spanish, Farsi, Dundalk? He's got it all. That's my guy. George Pesaurus, just 1/3 of the greatest law firm in the entire world. Rice, Mirtha, and Pesaurus, and our title sponsor, RiceLawMD.com. They don't just win, they win big.
All right, so we've already got Robbie following boner accounts.
Rock
and
Hard RVA.
Rock Hard RVA. And who does Gramps follow?
Women of the Man Cave.
Okay.
And this, unlike Rock Hard RVA, is very, very, a lot of traffic.
Very heterosexual.
133,000 followers.
This is one of those things that's
Yeah.
absolutely a
Yeah.
cast a line in the OnlyFans
Yeah.
water.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get those too. Yeah, that this woman,
Lot-
she's got like a beacon link or a link tree or something. And
Does he like any of these?
I was going to
That's
say,
the
is he
question.
commenting on any of them?
God, let's hope so.
The goddamn comments on some
Mm.
of those. Madam, a day where I get to see your beautiful face is a good day spent above ground.
You're sounding like my father.
God, some of that shit is embarrassing.
Yeah. Now, while you're looking for my father's signature or
that's
liking
my
them,
favorite so far.
yeah, she looks
Pop open some of the comments on that real quick. Okay, so this is
Okay.
Women of the Man Cave. Heart. A beautiful girl. Wow, amazing. Fire emojis,
Mhm.
hard eyes. Exquisite. That's my word.
Yes.
What's another one in there? I love when
Send
someone
pics on Fit Community. I don't know what that is.
at trafficked.human.
Okay. All right.
It's
many
the
blind
dudes
right
that
there.
are having comments in like
Mm.
conversations with some
like
of
they
these.
think they're going to read that and go, "Oh, that's so very nice of you. Let's start a let's
Guys,
let's
I
start a
met the
friendship."
nicest Best Buy employee in my comments. He's 5'6". His mom still lives with him.
So let me tell a Gramps story while you're looking for
Sure.
Gramps content. So I told the story last week about the passing of sweet Marjorie at the where my dad lives.
Mm-hmm. Rest
And-
in peace.
Today, my sister, she texted me, Robin, and she goes, "Hey, did you hear that and she called her. I wonder, can I say what she called her? I guess I can. She called her the Crypt Keeper. She said the Crypt Keeper died. Okay. So,
Jesus.
so maybe I shouldn't have said it. It doesn't matter. So she says she died. And I go, yeah, I heard it. And I go, yeah, he spoke at her like memorial. And she goes, oh, he said he didn't.
What?
Huh.
So 100%, my father said he spoke. 100%, he told me that he said up in front of everybody that the place where they were staying thought they were having an affair. I didn't imagine that. That 100% happened.
And it's a specific story to such a degree that I don't think he would improv.
We're gonna have
course.
to get him on the show.
So then what he did was then my sister came over and I guess he heard the show and then now he's distancing himself from it. So he's
What the
denying
hell?
saying it.
I mean, I was happy that he said.
Of
it.
course
I thought
you're
it was
happy
great.
that he
Rob
said it.
Celebrating
A
it.
god. Rob's
Yeah.
like, this guy's a
Yes.
hero.
I'd rather him have done it than not, even though it's as cringy as you
Can we
can
get Marjorie's family on?
I would love to get a member of the
Mac,
Marjorie
Mac
clan.
said he met Marjorie.
I met
did?
Marjorie. Sorry for her family. Wait a minute. Mac went to where Gramps
Mac.
resides,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, he
So
went
he
there.
might have bumped into Marjorie. I believe Mac.
So I
Mac's mother's Marjorie.
Yeah. Oh God, Marjorie Bergson.
I know. I think I said this. My dad, Mac was in town, and he went to visit my dad. We went to the Outback Steakhouse. Steakhouse, which my dad loves to eat.
I'm not hungry. I'll just get a Bloomin' Onion.
That's right.
I'll
He
eat
had
it in
Bloomin'
20
Onion.
minutes and
Yes.
ask for the check and wondering when we're leaving.
And,
And the
I
bread.
remember because he told Mac, he goes, "Well, I wake up at 9." He wanted Mac to come over when he woke up.
At 9, he doesn't wake up at 9 a.m.
My dad?
Yeah.
Well, he said that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was after breakfast or
Sure.
whatever. So he wanted Mac to come,
Gets
and
up at
Mac
4
goes,
a.m.
"No,
Yeah.
I'll come around whenever he said he was coming at 11. And then my dad went downstairs at 10, an hour ahead, and just stared out the window
That's
till
love.
Mac, till
That's
Mac,
beautiful.
till Mac
That's
got
it, like
there.
a dog waiting for you to return home.
Yeah.
Just waiting for you to pull up into the lobby.
Mhm.
Well, if we can get a member of the Marjorie family in there, I would love to get them on the air. For everybody in chat tonight, by the way, real quick before we get on to what we got to getting on to, the view that you see on this live stream right now, we might be the last night in this studio. We have been broadcasting. Obviously, this is the only studio that I've ever known. Actually, that's not true. I filled in once or twice on Gramps' least favorite episode ever at his place.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, least favorite episode ever. Eric is number one.
Sure.
But
the one right before.
The one right before.
My dad wanted me to do a show by myself.
Just you. Yeah, just to sit there and do an afternoon drive show on BAL. So tonight is probably going to be the last night that we are in this studio. As you see it, as you hear it, and absolute full credit where credit is due.
100%.
Katie Robinson
Yeah.
has spearheaded the construction of the new DLP headquarters,
which is 2 floors below us.
floors straight beneath us. For those that are on the Twitch stream, which we're going to get into in a little bit, I gave them a quick, brief glimpse of it, just a little something. And this is going to be sick as hell.
Yeah,
this
putting
is
some
going to be
effort and some money.
Awesome. Your money that you spend, by the way, on
Yes.
Patreon, none of us are going to like Vegas with this.
No,
It's not
I
going up
haven't
my
taken.
nose,
We haven't
his
taken
ass.
one dime.
No.
Nothing.
Not one dime.
This is
It's
all
going back
going
into the show.
back into this and paying our friends and buying
Paying
equipment,
advertising.
paying advertising, all that. Randolph, God bless you. Heard your commercial earlier.
Paying off Marjorie's family.
Paying off Marjorie for the affair.
Yes.
Yeah, a little hush money from beyond the grave.
Let me
Soon
tell you
enough,
what.
you're going to see what this thing's going to look like.
I'll give you a sleeper advantage to downstairs. I'm sure you may have thought of
It's cooler.
The
Yes.
weather.
Jesus,
Yes.
it's a
10.
sweatbox.
It's a
up here.
10-degree
Yeah,
difference.
No, it's a goddamn Finnish sauna.
Yeah,
I can
so-
smell my face by the
so-
time we're done.
When we go downstairs,
Which isn't good.
well, this shit puts off a lot of heat, and I don't know if you know, heat rises.
Oh.
We're actually underground
Mhm.
down
rock
there.
hard boners.
Rock
Picking up.
hard
Right.
subterranean dick
That-
caverns.
We fucked up with the name of the podcast. Rock Hard Boner is a lot better than DLP Agenda.
How many people are listening? Hey man, it's a show I love.
Yeah.
Like honestly, the Bussy Boys are in an interesting spot because they're so funny and so
Yes.
talented. But if those in the know with modern nomenclature, it's kind of hard to tell people that I have a band called Bussy
Yeah.
Mhm.
and them know what that is. If you don't, no big deal. Like, do you know that there is a hardcore band? I'm not making this up. Feel free to look it up. It's called Anal Cunt. The name of the band is called.
A little easy listening.
Yeah, exactly. They do a lot of Captain and Tennille covers. That's got to be hard to put on a flyer.
Well, you know.
So calling
Love will keep us together, you anal cunt.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you
Do
know
that to me one more time.
that. Okay, so there's a show that Bussy is performing.
Mhm.
They're headlining it at Vibe in Annapolis. If you're
Thanksgiving
listening,
Eve.
if you're listening to this now, it's tonight.
Yes. Correct.
Yes.
The show is free.
It is a free show at a beautiful new spot. I think they just want you to buy a drink or two. They're trying to get this thing off the ground. I'm going to be there. Joe's going to be there. Rob, you're going to
I can walk there, which
Rob
means
can
I'll be
walk
drinking
there.
a lot.
You
Yeah.
get to meet Mudge. You get to see her glare at me from across the room while she drinks a non-alcoholic beverage. Probably go home with someone much taller and much more Puerto Rican. And it's going to be incredible. Daphne London's going to be on there, who opened up
Very
the
funny.
last Bussy show. I mean, I hear a rumor they might want to pull us up for 5 minutes. I'm not committing to anything. It's
Not at
Eric,
all.
Tommy, Daphne, Bussy.
If you go to the website, I think it's vibeannapolis.com. You can, I think it is
Mhm.
vibeannapolis.com. That they're on there's Bussy.
Yeah.
And then they have some crazy, like, fantastical story, like a Tenacious D style story.
Oh, they've written a beautiful
And,
backstory. to
that's what
Bussy.
it is. And the
Yeah.
guy, shout out Billy Gallagher. That's his name.
BG in the house.
He just put it up. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Well,
down.
the genius of the name also, and I guess I'm talking out of each side of my mouth. A, it's hard to put up on a flyer. But B, they did drop the I or the Y and made it an I.
And they
so-
also put periods in between, so you know
So
it's
it's
an
an
acronym.
acronym.
I don't
yeah.
think anybody would look at that and think anything. Not. I really don't.
people who know what it means.
Anybody over
I wouldn't have
30
known it what it meant.
No. Under 30, they all know. I mean, anybody that I've told the name of,
Right?
of your Vals of the world, your Nick Testonis of the world, your
Val
Val
knows.
Val knows.
because I guess it was
Sweet
mentioned-
low in her wine. She knows what Bussy is.
I think it was mentioned on
Okay.
one of those like $1 million listing Bravo shows.
Oh,
It's a
really?
bunch of
Oh.
gay guys selling that stuff, and I think one of them calls his ass his bussy. It's
Yeah.
out there in the modern verbiage.
That's
so,
funny.
Well, then we should have a huge turnout. Then.
So again,
Yeah.
we're changing the name of the show to Rock Hard Boners, and we're going downstairs. So it's going to be the RHB boys, the RHB agenda.
Yeah, but
starting next week.
come to the Vibe show if you have nothing to do. But even if you do, right? Come to the show at Vibe.
Whatever you have
And-
planned, this is going to be
Yes.
better. I can promise you, and cheaper.
You don't need to start working on your friggin' Thanksgiving.
If
If
No.
you're
Not that
blind,
complicated.
come and see if you
Yes.
can fool Rob.
Yeah.
See,
And if you have a rock hard boner, speaking of that, I have a loud neighbor.
oh shit! you
Now
hear their dick banging into door wells all day.
Is it Bendigo?
it's I've never met her in terms of we've said hello passing in the hallways.
Are
Never
they
been,
directly next to you?
it's she, yes. And I've only seen the she, but my only real experience before last week was hearing her getting into phone arguments with I assume her man.
So these are
How-
like uncomfortable volumes. This isn't like somebody listening to, Christopher Cross at full volume
Correct.
of sailing, banging pots and pans together. This is like arguing
Is
on
the-
the phone.
yes.
Shitty volume.
Are the walls thin enough where you know what's being said?
See, that's it. They're not. So
Little Charlie
it's-
Brown
I
tea
can't
tree.
really eavesdrop. I can
Why
just
aren't you taking me to the anal cunt show?
right. I can just tell the tone. So, which if I could hear it, it would be entertaining to me. But
When you see her, does she look like a bitch?
she's no, she looks like a younger, less attractive Jada Pinkett.
Okay.
All right.
And
She bald.
no,
Okay.
younger Jada Pinkett.
Okay, yeah, had hair. Good
Joe.
point. Yes, that's
thank
right.
you.
Is she
Okay.
worthy?
Yes, yes. Like if we said a thin Joe Robinson and Rob Mayer, we would know that they meant younger. Okay?
got you.
Yes.
Understood.
Like a full of hope, Justin.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know.
Right. Yes.
30 pounds
So-
bucket of dreams ago.
So last week, I believe might have been literally a week ago because I had to get up early to fly. I hear arguing, but I hear a man's voice. So now
All right.
they're in the apartment.
Okay, so this is no longer on the phone. This
No.
is
What time is
one-on-one.
it?
It's midnight.
Oh,
And I'm
okay.
sorry if you said this. And she lives alone. There's no one else there.
I-
assume. You never seen kids or a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
This is the first I'd ever heard a voice inside her apartment other than
Okay.
her arguing on the phone. So I don't know if he lives there with her or not. I just assumed it was the boyfriend, and there's always seemed like there's issue. Well, last night, apparently they've made up.
Oh, nice.
No.
And it was going on for a long time.
Give me what's a long time?
I mean, there were 2 sessions.
like in my case, 12 minutes.
I
That's a
mean,
long time.
All I hear really is her just
Sorry, Brendan.
moaning.
Oh, okay.
And at first I'm like, this is going on so long. Is he going down on her? And then I'm thinking, I met this chick. She's not dating white guys. She's dating black guys.
Right.
He ain't going down
They don't
on
do
her.
He's
that.
hitting
Right.
each
Gotcha.
I mean,
wall.
what a waste of that dick, right?
Mhm.
So, and then it's like 20 minutes. And then there's a stop. And then 10 minutes later, there's another 20, 25 minutes.
Can you hear?
Jesus.
Can you hear?
That's just it. I only hear her. And I'm like, I'm
Hi,
trying to
puppy.
hear, is there a toy? Is there other things? I can't hear that.
Oh, so you don't even know
But-
necessarily there was really a guy there.
Well, I heard when he finally finished.
Oh.
Yes. But I
Dropping
did
loads.
start
Whoopsie
to,
doo! Here comes the goo.
at the end.
As Joe would say,
Yes.
"Here comes the
That's
stuff."
what he said.
The stuff came
Just
out.
like a hip cool black guy does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Ta-da!
No, what did he say?
Urgh.
He did?
That, yes,
Yeah.
that's what he said.
I've never heard you do a
You're right.
common
By
phrase.
the way, we don't really have to do that. I do it too.
Oh,
Just for-
yeah.
but I don't.
Well,
I don't.
I
have
started
no
to
need
think.
to.
I started to think towards the end because it's like 2 a.m. now.
Yay!
Oh, really?
Oh,
I started to think that her sounds. Speaking of the blind girl not being blind,
uh-huh.
I thought she was starting to fake the sounds at the end.
Of course.
It's- Sounds like you're
I
coming.
think she was saying, "Just fucking finish, dude."
Oh
I mean,
no!
whatever you've apologized to me for, you've already made up for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay?
You
'Cause
fucked
it-
the anger out of me.
The original screams seemed very passionate and real, and then they were more phoning it in, and it was just like finally get it over with. Because like whatever, it's like I felt like he was running up the score. She's already satisfied.
Okay,
Right.
It's
Now it's just you
She's
just
dunking with a
Yeah.
30-point lead.
Right.
I got you. She's
55 to
stealing a base
3.
with a
Yeah.
9-run lead.
no. It's like if the Ravens are up 30-0 at halftime, if nothing happens in the second half and you just go about your day and win 30-0, you're very happy.
Right. You don't
You
keep
don't-
passing the ball
Right.
every day.
You don't need
every
that
day.
risk an injury.
Lamar's
Yeah,
still in.
exactly.
He kept Lamar
Right.
in. Yeah.
Yes. Just you've won. Just finish.
Put Huntley in.
and you've won the night.
And
Right.
you're Huntley. He should have been
I-
knocked on
I
the
should have been
door
put
and
in.
said, "Get in
Should
here."
have been knocking.
Not
yeah.
trying to hurt our first stringer.
But I was getting exhausted. I was like, Jesus, this is a session.
Do
man.
you think next time she sees you, she's gonna like, oh no, he
Oh,
definitely
no,
heard.
he definitely heard me getting
Well,
piped out.
You know, I walked by there today and I saw her doormat said, something about you're welcome here or something. I bet you are.
Is that what it
yeah,
said?
yeah, something
getting
to that
piped out
effect,
like
yeah.
the mid bitch I
Yeah,
am.
what
with
does she
bad
look like?
energy.
Describe her.
Jada Pinkett.
Didn't we just do
short
this?
hair.
Oh yeah, good
Yeah,
point.
Jesus Christ. Are you
Time
already
to start
drunk, Joe?
making arrangements. Yeah, he's
Wow.
crashed on the White Claw. I'm drinking.
I'm blind.
There
Yes.
was a situation like that years ago at a Beach Bash
Yeah.
in Ocean City at the Clarion Fontaine Blue. And I was on the 4th floor and it was after night 2. And I heard this couple next door and she was being specific for the requests.
Okay.
And
Nice.
you heard put that there and then this here and in order that really might upset both her gynecologist and her dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like-
if somebody says that, it's gonna be short.
It lasted a little while. I'm not gonna say any
Okay.
longer than 15 or 20 minutes. You know what I did? I started jacking off. I
You said that
100%.
like we were surprised.
You finished before the guy
Like,
that actually had the person.
Hey, brother, on the count of 3. That's it.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
I spew, you spew,
Yeah.
we all spew.
You Eiffel Towered her, but you were in the same room.
I pound on the door, room service. I just have like a little white cloth of my tiny little acorn.
Bros
Ta-da!
before hoes.
Yeah, brother, come
Ah,
on,
that's
pound it.
great.
Yeah, no, it was super hot. Then I got to see them
Oh,
the
no.
next day.
And you're like, what have
No.
I done?
Take and God, Joe, this is gonna sound so
There's
insensitive.
no Jada Pinkett in this.
No, it's more like a male and female on Tish. They didn't sound as old as they were.
Wow, oh, they were old
Mid
and
to
they were
late-
just
They could not have looked more Midwestern Iowa.
Right.
right.
He had a cell phone belt clip polo tucked into
Good
jeans.
for
no
them,
belt,
man.
But she was laying it on him.
Do you
Oh,
think that
hell yeah.
sometimes
So hot.
you can hear like a person sing and not know what their
Yes.
speaking accent
They're
is,
speaking.
right?
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
Do you think that like sex sounds you can't really tell the age?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I could not in this case. If you would have told me these were people in their 30s, I think absolutely. They sound like people that at the time
This sounds like a JSS bit. Give us your fake orgasm. We'll tell what age are you.
we're opening
no,
up
no
the-
pre conversation.
They
The
just pick
bus
up
lines.
and then yeah, I gotcha.
We did do a bit once called I think it was we
The
tried to
bus
guess what you
lines.
do just by the sound of your voice. Where'd you
Yeah.
grow up? How old are you? Where'd you
Oh,
go to high
yeah.
school? And be like, you definitely work at a sperm bank or something. Shout out, Brittany. That we
So the 75-year-old and the 25-year-old, do you think they're that different?
that
The,
shit.
Yeah,
those
I
dusty
do.
notes.
the moaning sounds.
Oh yeah.
Not from the woman necessarily. I can
Mhm.
definitely tell when somebody's older based on their voice,
Spit on my liver.
right?
spot.
Can't you?
I mean, their
Oh, yeah.
their sex voice, not their speaking.
Their sex voice is different. I have
Yeah.
a sex voice and it's horrible.
what is it?
It's
Give it
Spanish.
It's not. No, it's
Your sex voice, like your sex talking voice. Or
yeah.
your sound you're making during sex.
I have.
That's not just.
That's not it. No.
It's a lot of crying.
I've never made anybody make that sound.
Yeah, what is
have,
that?
I have what I would describe as an undeserved confidence in bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you a talker? Are you like
Oh,
saying you
yeah.
like
No,
this?
yeah.
Whose
am I,
pussy is this?
Am I a talker?
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I a talker? Yeah. No, I'm.
Do you
I'm-
go on tangents?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, here's the thing, man. Oh man. Yeah. Hey,
Those
you ever-
squeegee
you
kids.
ever been to Shoney's? Yeah. It's yeah. I talk and I have a level of again undeserved confidence. I think I might have the old what was it? It was Mark Maron. Mark Maron once did an interview with Dr. Drew about porn brain. And what porn brain they say is that there is a generation, I think it started with mine, it was probably one after yours,
Right.
where that, oh, there it is. Hold on. Shout out much. Where we watched so much pornography because it was so available, it completely rewired what we thought sex is.
Mhm.
To where Mark Maron tells this joke about he's watched so much porn, then when he's about to have sex with his girlfriend, he goes, well, don't you want to wait for the other 5 guys to get here? Because
Yeah.
that's it. So
Mhm.
I mean, not to make this show more graphic than it is, but like we're the only generation that's ever eaten this much ass. There's
Yeah.
never been a generation prior to us. Not to say it didn't happen.
We
Yeah,
are
yeah,
the
yeah.
greatest generation.
We really
Yeah.
are. I mean, Tom Brokaw would be so proud of us. He would write another book, The Greatest Generation, where the things we do and the stuff we say has 100% been influenced by
Oh, you're right.
terabytes of regularly available
So
porn.
Robbie and I used to work at Longhorn Steak and Seafood. I've mentioned this guy before. There was a guy there. His name was Larry Johns. Okay.
LJ.
And Larry, I was 15 when I worked there. I was a young 15. Okay. And
Larry had done some time.
Larry had done time. He
Oh,
had
hell
half
no.
a nose.
He lived a little.
And I always remember he
Hate to cut you off. Half a what?
he had half a nose. Yeah.
Maybe,
like
he
it
was, maybe he
rocked-
was faking it.
Yeah, it
Hey,
looked
look, I got it. It's right there.
Yeah. It looked like it was probably bitten off in some kind of fight.
That
I was gonna
sounds
say
painful.
Right.
Coke, I was going to say Coke rock.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was Coke. Robbie, you know what I'm talking about, right? Didn't you think it was from a fight?
I didn't know if it was cancer that had been removed or. he
No,
had-
But you were too afraid to ask.
he didn't look like a guy who would get his cancer taken
I'll meet you
care
in the
of.
middle. Coke fight.
So he used to, I remember there was this older waitress. She had red hair. You remember her, Robbie?
Yes.
I don't remember what
course.
her name was, but he
I
used
think
to,
her name was
Tammy Reinhardt.
go ahead. What is it, Robbie?
Joanna.
I think you're right. It is Joanna.
Okay.
Hey, 100% Joanna's dead, right, Robbie? There's no way she's alive. This story,
She might.
We're looking her up then.
I mean, she,
Robbie just
I
pulled
don't know
that.
the last
Holy
name.
shit.
Jesus.
she was in her 40s.
Memory
and
and dick of an elephant.
and she was in her 40s, and this was 40 years ago. Okay, anyway, whatever. The point is that he used to go every time she'd walk out. You know what he used to do? He used to fucking steal food out of the deep freeze and give it to her. Do you remember that, Robbie?
Yes.
He'd be like, "Here's a lobster,"
Okay.
Yeah.
and he'd give it to her.
some steak.
Well, she
That's
might
how
be,
he-
she might be alive. She's eating that way.
That's how he
hell?
tried to
Yeah.
woo her by giving her food,
That's
stolen
nice.
food.
Here's some ice cold turkey. Play
and
with
as
my
soon as
nuts.
she'd walk out of the room, he'd go, "I'd eat her ass."
Jesus.
Now remember,
Yeah.
at 15, I was like, "You do what?"
Right.
I
What
think,
the
he used the word,
What?
I think he used the word lick.
I would lick her.
Oh,
ass. Yeah,
God.
he'd say no, and he also would say the word hole afterwards.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah,
He really
okay.
He
spelled
goes-
it out.
He goes, "I'd lick her asshole." I go, "You what?
All
You would?"
Is he still alive?
You like, there's no way he's alive.
gotta
There's
get him
no
on the
way.
You
program.
gotta get him on.
I want to
No
do with part of a nose.
Way Larry Johns is alive. If you worked at the Longhorn Steak and Seafood and you're a listener and you remember Larry Johns, give us a call.
Now, what's more disgusting? Him doing that and the measure that he did, or this clip from Dork Dynasty exclusive to our Patreon members? Enjoy.
He and I, as you two know, we're men of science, and we figured we can light a fart on fire. So therefore, vis-a-vis, ergo, a turd must explode if you hold a fucking lighter up to it.
We've been shitting nukes this entire
Whole
time. You
time.
think you've unlocked
Whole
the
time.
code?
So Dave shits on a piece of newspaper, drops this fucking yam, and we take it into the backyard, and we have my mom's kitchen stick, and we're literally just in the back. Just
trying to
two
burn
kids
shit.
in Waldorf sitting in a backyard, Indian style on the ground, just holding a kitchen stick up to shit, trying to burn
I just imagine also like it's while you're touching it, you're holding your ears like, all right, hold on, it's gonna fucking, it's gonna.
That's why we
fucking
wanted
blow.
the kitchen stick to put a little distance, just in case a regular lighter, we're going to lose a hand. When this thing guaranteed goes off like C4, you got to put at least 10 inches of plastic space. And my favorite part of it is that while we were trying to light it, to no avail, obviously, there was just the most gentle little sizzle. I turn and I look through the glass sliding door into my house, and my dad is just standing there, and I just see him crack a beer and walk away. He's like, 12 years.
God.
12 years I've raised this fucking Mongoloid.
Yeah, remember that conversation that we had like 3 weeks ago where honestly, as we pull the curtain back quite a bit, going, you know what we should do? We should keep the regular shows PG-13 and we'll put all the spicy stuff.
God, that was
Yes.
the dumbest thing I've ever
That
said.
dumbest thing. That's
Yeah.
100% on me. Speaking of
But
some
that's
of
a
our
good
friends,
like Dork Dynasty. Like it's more than just video games.
Oh my
There was
God.
nothing about video
Hey,
games in that.
it was
clip.
20 minutes of video
Yeah.
games.
I loved it. I loved
Yeah.
the beginning of that.
This
Yeah,
one was
yeah.
very non-video game oriented and a lot to involved with a broken father, a kitchen stick, and what we thought could be a nuclear warhead that turned out to not be,
Yeah.
and us defiling a Washington Post. It's all behind the DLP Patreon wall. Also, we do a bunch of giveaways on this thing, and there's a very special Twitch/DLP Patreon giveaway that you guys know that not long ago I finally got off the ground. We got this, the new YouTube channel. Thank you so much. All of you helped pay for the new studio that we're going to be built. You're going to see it next week. We got the Twitch thing off the ground, twitch.tv/Justin98Rock. And I've been trying to do a bunch of them on vacation. And the first payment went through. I've got ads. I've got subscriptions.
Hell
a lot
yeah.
of these people, Mac and our friend Kelsey, Hackman's in there. Ariel joined us.
Oh, Hackman is?
Hackman, dude.
Oh, Hackman doesn't have any money. He shouldn't be
Hackman-
doing that, but I'm
well,
glad he
What do
is.
no, Hackman's rich now.
Hackman has
I
that
wish.
Starfield constellation.
Yes.
He eBayed that
Yeah.
for well
Good.
over $45.
Yeah, it's good. Nicely done.
How
And
long are you on there when you do that?
I do
Justin?
about 1 hour. Now,
It's pretty entertaining.
and you know what I did? Thank you, Robbie. I try and do it an hour because I feel like, the old leave them wanting more. There's a guy that's sort of sherping me, and I'm going to circle back to a point here of how to do it. A guy named Mills. It is twitch.tv/Mills. Follow him. Thank him. Any reason that we do Twitch and are going to make an
Keith
income
Mills,
from it.
everybody.
Keith Mills is on
PewDiePie?
there playing Pong. It's amazing. This guy streams for 15 hours at a time.
What?
Oh,
It's
God.
insanity.
He's putting his work in.
How many hours are in a day?
I don't think
24, I think.
they used to say it, and we could talk
No,
about
that
this.
wasn't a real question.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out Kiefer Sutherland. Good old JR, Jim Ross of the WWE says when he had long pay-per-views, he used to wear black slacks. He would wear black slacks behind
Oh,
the table. You know what?
God. Oh,
To
no.
piss him.
Nice.
He would piss his pants
Ah.
almost every other
I
pay-per-view.
believe it.
This dude Mills is in there streaming for 15 hours uninterrupted. I can't pull that off. But he is one of the guys that helped me reach affiliate status, which helped us reach a couple of bucks. And it's all going to go back into the kitty of the DLP. And for the very first giveaway, you need to be a DLP Patreon member and you need to be a Twitch stream subscriber. So I'm going to pull from that Venn diagram that's going to overlap. And there's a better chance at you winning this than anybody else. Our very first check, which is over $200, I'm just giving back to somebody.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're going to win back your
Look at that.
money. So at the very beginning of December, I'm going to get the list that Joe compiles of all the Patreon members. I have the messages of all the subscribers. I'm going to lay them over top of each other. It's usually a similar email address.
Mhm.
I'm going to grab someone, and all the money that you have paid, you're just winning back. Some
Nice.
lucky individual. So thank you for that. It's been a
It's
lot
the
of
season
fun.
of giving.
Yeah, you're going to win that money
Yes.
back. Now, the rest of it we're keeping and using it to buy all
Absolutely.
kinds of fun shit.
Absolutely.
But anyways, yes. So thank you to everybody that has subscribed so far.
I'm glad that I got home last night to hear my neighbors having sex because it looked a little dicey for
Rock
a second.
hard, man.
What happened?
Rock and roll.
Well, I just crazy travel the last 10 days, but it's flying home from Eugene, Oregon. It's 2 flights, and first flight I get on and I'm in the window seat and I look out the window and I see something I've never seen before. I see some sort of latch that should be down that's up, and I'm like,
On the wing, the plane,
what it was, and I couldn't tell, but a door was open, and then the latch that opens the door that was up. So I was like, should I tell somebody? I'm like, they know, right? They have to
definitely
know
should say
this.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I know that shouldn't be. You can just see something should be
That
pushed
should be
down.
shut.
Right.
That
Yeah.
should be shut.
So I'm like, I have an hour layover when I get to Denver, so I'm not really. Pilot gets in there, come. Yeah, we have this little just he called it something door or something. I just want to get service to just look at it for a second, I'm like, okay. And then they go and they move that thing. Okay, well, that was the thing. So I was like, I was right. There
Oh,
was
yeah,
something,
okay.
right? So I feel good. And then it's like 20 minutes. Now it's 30. Now it's 45.
A perfect time.
And now I'm
to
like,
start drinking.
yeah. I'm like, shit. I have a layover issue here.
Oh no,
Oh,
you're gonna
no.
miss a connecting flight.
And they start giving you on the United app. They're already sending me like, if you miss it, was this for me? No,
There you go.
thank you. Oh,
Drink
or
up.
is that what for you?
That's
Okay.
for you. Actually, I've been drinking out of
Then
that
I'll
one.
take
Let me
this
take
one.
that. Take a fresh
Yeah,
one. Take a
sure.
chug and a sport
I
in
will.
there. Get ready. The
Absolutely.
DLP Buzz Gender. You get a free 5
Yes.
minutes. Please continue, because I have a similar but less than story to seeing something on a plane where I went.
Right.
That should not be that, and it's too late. Please.
So we start flying, but they've already sent me like, hey, if you might not make your connection, there's some other flights you can take. And it's like, really? I fly to LA. I fly fucking backwards.
Shit.
Then
Oh,
I get home
no.
at 6:30
This
a.m.
almost just happened to you recently when you and Kettner were
Yes.
thinking about making the drive to Boston,
Yes,
which
it's
would
been
have undone your
Mhm.
second flight.
It's 2
You're
weeks
having
in
a
a row.
rough go
Yes.
of flying, man.
And I'm like, there's another flight that's same thing, LA. I'm like, fuck that. So I already decided in my head, look, there's the Chiefs Eagles game, the best game of the year. I was going to watch it on the plane.
Yeah.
But if I can't get that flight, I looked it up. There's a 9:30 a.m. flight leaving from Denver to Baltimore.
Yeah, you'll take
I'm
that.
just going to fucking get a hotel room and take that fucking flight.
Sure.
I'm not flying all night. It's just
No.
stupid, right?
I mean, you're fried as is.
Right.
I mean,
So-
for those that don't know, by the way, I'm not going to say you're playing hurt, but the gas tank's on E and Rob is still here. So raise him if you got him to Rob
Thank
being
you.
here.
So we get there, and the flight leaves at 5:30, and he makes up a little time. But we land at 5, and then I'm on the same concourse, but I'm getting off at B24, and the gate's B78.
Oh my God. So we talking trams and
so no,
shuttles?
it's the long walk, and they were these fucking big gates. It wasn't like it was 22, 24, 26. It was like
22, 70 yards.
Yeah,
are you
23,
running?
70 yards.
So I'm early. I'm right off the plane. There's a lot of people that had connections. I didn't.
I'm sorry. What
United
airport again?
Airlines.
What airport?
Denver Airport. I was looking. No one in my section was going to Baltimore. I'm like hoping there's strength in numbers. They're gonna.
Right.
They might leave one guy. They're not gonna leave 20 of us. Right. So I start walking at it as fast as I can walk. And
Power walk.
I'm power walking, and on the app it says, boarding has begun. 3 minutes left in boarding, and then it says the boarding is closed. But that doesn't. It's not always accurate because we haven't. It's not 5:30 yet. The plane leaves at 5:30. It's like 5:15.
Right.
So then I start running. I'm like, I think I'm probably okay, but I don't want to not make this because I wasn't willing to run.
Right.
But I'm so out of shape. Anyway, I get there. They let me on. I mean, I could have been 15 minutes later. Other people got it, but since I'm so out of shape, the running, I kept coughing.
Oh no!
They
Now
think you have
starting to
COVID.
slowly looking over at you.
It
Get that
was
sickly,
so
late
awkward.
asshole away from me.
I'm sitting there.
You're trying to
I'm
stifle it.
sweating
It's okay. It's okay.
And I'm
it's
just-
okay.
for 25 minutes straight.
It's just Ebola.
The woman sitting next to me reaches her bag, puts on her mask.
Oh, you stink.
I am just staring out the window, but there's nothing to look at.
Put him
I'm,
with
just,
the pets.
I'm avoiding eye contact. I'm hoping, I'm checking out who has headphones and they can't hear. And then I'm like, another guy starts coughing. I'm like, please, you cough a lot too. We
Please.
can get.
You have to look
and-
over at her and go, I'm off to
Right.
go meet John Cena.
And it's just, I couldn't stop, and I didn't know. Do I say anything? And then I was like, I was gonna have like some drinks on the plane, but I was like, is she gonna judge me? Like, oh, now you're sick, and
Coughing,
you're drinking.
drinking.
I still did, but I was like,
I was
whatever.
gonna say,
This
you
guy's
did
like fucking
anyway.
Yul Brenner. in
But
his
it was
prime.
so uncomfortable because I'm like, it's just because I'm out of shape. I'm not sick. It's just, trust me, I'm just a fat piece of shit.
Oh my god!
But it was
Jeez.
literally,
damn.
I will
couldn't go a
100%
minute without coughing.
If
for
that was
25,
me-
30
Did you feel a tickle? Was it the tickle in the throat? I have low grade asthma.
Right.
I take a once a day Symbicort double hit, and if I occasionally get this tickle in my throat that I can't undo. I'll chug water. I'll take deep breaths.
Right.
I'll eat like some goopy food or something like that. I'll have Joe unzip his pants. I can't.
Hey,
I can't get it. I can't get it to go
Right.
away. And it gets to the point where I almost have to bloodshot my eyes, and then it dislodges or whatever. But I've had people look at me like, dude, you have emphysema. Do you work in a coal mine? You have the black.
what about
lung.
when you're on the air?
I have to step out?
So I 100%. I know Rob, he wouldn't do this, but 100%. I would have gone to the lady next to me and said, "Hey, look, I'm not what I once was. I used to be a runner,
Yeah.
but I can't.
I did
do that.
run for a few
Sorry.
years.
I
yeah.
can't do
I
that
just
anymore.
competed
No,
at
I-
UFC
Yeah,
294.
I used to be really in really good
It was a
shape.
decision.
But
We
it's-
never
Yeah.
spoke. We never made eye contact.
Never.
No, I mean, I didn't even. I had to go to the bathroom. Like, I don't even want to talk to her.
You
I
should have
just
had a
fucking
mason
You
helped
never went
jar.
to the bathroom all the way from Denver to Baltimore.
I didn't go to the bathroom from Eugene to Baltimore
Seriously.
because I needed to go to the bathroom in the layover, but I didn't have time.
I think you might have been your body.
and then
might
I
have been trying
got
to
on,
cough up
and I was
piss.
like, I don't even want to fucking deal with this. And then,
and you were drinking too.
and I didn't drink a lot on that leg.
mind
but
if I
then
smoke?
the turbulence was really bad, and they're like, for like 30 minutes, they're like, we can't. There's no service. Don't get up. And then like 45 minutes left, I was like, oh fuck it, I'll just wait.
So
at this
I think
point.
I have an incredibly small bladder.
I get
think-
up about 3 times a night.
I'm
to
telling
piss.
you, I have to, because I went to Adam's Ribs with it was me and Katie and Jason Minzer. We go there.
I might have been in my teens when I found out that piss wasn't stored in the balls.
And I drank an Orange Crush,
Mhm.
and then I drank another Orange Crush.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I had.
50 pisses later.
I pissed. I'm telling you, I pissed 4 times before either one of them got up once.
And let me guess, the last one of those 4, just as clear as Aquafina.
yeah,
Your
well,
body didn't even process it.
and here's the other thing. I also notice, like, when I go the last time, it's not like I definitely could hold it. I don't know what it is, but once I go, I guess is that age.
What is it? What do they used to call it when you're at a party and you didn't want to breaking,
Breaking
the
the
seal?
seal.
Breaking the
Yes,
seal. Don't
right.
break
When
the
I
seal.
break the seal, it's over.
It's
I have
over.
to get up 50 times.
Well, I've had about a week ago, 3 times I had to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. So it's not that I don't
Yeah.
have to do that, but I had so much traveling. I'm just used to just sitting on
You're
the plane.
so you
and
know why
not
you didn't?
having-
I can tell exactly why you didn't.
Mhm.
You were so tense. You're so tensed up.
Mhm.
Your body just constricted.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I don't think I went to the bathroom, maybe to piss. I don't think I went to the bathroom when I flew to Japan. On the way
And
there,
that's
because
a
I was
Yeah, yeah.
tensed up, and this is a
Mhm.
trans-Pacific continental flight. This is big. I don't think I went to the bathroom.
When I
I know
go-
Mudge didn't dump for 3 days while she was there.
Wow.
100%.
When
I'll
I
take some of this.
travel,
Shout out,
I always
Diggin' baby.
go on the aisle, always, and it's because I can't have,
You tell your bartender when.
I can't.
When
Joe,
tell
do you have
people-
do you have an enlarged prostate?
I
Let's take
don't
a look.
know.
well,
I,
if
stand
it
up.
was
I've
in
had-
Richmond, Virginia, you
stand up.
noticed it.
I've had a prostate exam.
Spit on my
Because-
index finger.
Because as you get older, it's common men have a somewhat enlarged prostate
Thanks,
as they
man.
get older,
Yeah, his is bigger
and
than
you
yours. I
and
bet.
it's
Hell
hard
yeah.
it's hard to completely evacuate.
Big prostate.
I
energy.
have a prostate like John Holmes.
Yeah.
No, but
Looks like a fucking gourd.
no, when I went and got my what do you call it? Your colonoscopy. Don't
Yeah.
they check your shit out?
Oh, they give you a full
Yeah,
plumbing
yeah. No,
makeover.
I've had my stuff checked out. I
Mhm.
definitely have.
Do you
And-
do you
and a
also have
Kohl's.
inside of a Coles? Yes, all over the floor when you did a Jackson Pollock against your will. Do you have issues these days? Hi, you're listening to the Elderly Boys here on the
Hey.
Rock Hard Penis.
We're
broadcast.
trying to
For a
get
younger
younger.
audience.
What's up,
Yeah.
Rock
Hey,
Hard
ladies.
boners? When you're just never done peeing. You're done,
Mhm.
but right when you put it away and it's in your pants, it's like, and one for my homies. It goes
Yes.
down your leg. Do you know Josh Spiegel, of all people,
Mm.
showed me a trick? Dead serious. How to
Get
keep
out.
that from happening.
Get
He went to a urologist because
Mhm.
he would put
I know
just
this
that
trick.
massive. Robbie, I want you to send me a video of you doing it
out.
where the with the perineum, aka the grundle, the space,
Yeah.
no man's land, the taint, you get underneath of there and
Yeah.
you pump it,
Dude,
3 times.
I do that all the time.
I do it all the time.
I
but
do it all
get
the
rid of
time.
that last little
Yes.
bit so I can put my little Mike and I dick away.
I
and
do
not
the
ruin my
exact
Wow.
same thing.
every
Never
time.
done that.
Never wash my
But I'm
hands
gonna do
after
it
doing
tonight.
it ever. You guys have shaken so
You know
much
what I-
grundle finger.
You know what I started doing? This is just for fun. Before I pee, I guess how many seconds will I pee
You do?
without
I
stopping.
count all the time.
Yes, without like
You do?
just
Constantly.
when you can just pee without it putting any pressure. It just naturally comes
Just
out.
yeah. not
Oh,
like
without you're
spraying.
not forcing it.
No, no.
do
I
it.
just want to see if I can guess how close I can get.
What's
You know,
your-
I race.
I'll go like 42 seconds.
Oh,
30
wow.
seconds.
Damn, I've gotten into the
28.
30s.
Oh, that's
Yeah, yeah.
pretty good.
You
I'm
know,
in the
I'm
I'm
10s.
holding it a lot.
I
yeah.
raced with Evan. Obviously,
Yeah.
we're father and son. Real quick aside, do when your boys were younger, did you piss with them side by side toilet?
I don't remember doing that.
My dad and I did.
Did you ever see them, Joe?
Did you ever dump
I
side
never
by
saw
side?
'em.
Did
No,
you love
didn't pay a
them?
dime for them. My son and I will stand side by side in the toilet and we'll let one fly. And he loves to just race. And that's it. If he
That's
wins,
fine.
I win, whatever. Mudge thinks that I've been to Epstein's Island.
Her
Her reaction
disgusted by that.
to me doing that. And I said, this is a tradition as old as time. My father would do it. I'd be eye level with that great big.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
To our family.
This is what
What we're
Schlegels
known
do.
for, yeah.
This is what you have no idea how close we are when it comes to wieners. Oh God, you should definitely play Quiplash with us. That
Waldorf.
Hey.
Rock hard boners Waldorf.
Oh God, Robbie, open up a new branch of the Rock Hard Boners chapter, Southern Maryland. But yeah, we would go to the bathroom just side by side. And
Nope.
every now and then I'll get down on a couple of Bacardi and diets. He's had one chocolate milk.
Right. One
And
Capri Sun.
I'm telling you, I'm Jordan Spieth to him. He'll watch me just sit there and
All
continue
right.
to power wash that toilet when he's
the,
done.
oh, the goal is not to finish first; it's to last.
Whoever's
longer.
the last to finish, like,
Oh, I
wow,
gotcha.
you had the most pee-pee.
I gotcha.
And he'll look at me like, wow, one day.
How about this?
One day.
That's the
One
proudest
day,
he's
yes.
ever been.
I'll
at.
have
Wow.
a 3.5 inch
That's
dick.
my dad.
Just like dad. Look how
What
pale
about
it is.
this as a prank for Mudge? You make that into a Christmas card.
Oh, just us pissing. You know what?
Yes.
From the back, both of our pants all the way
Seasons
down.
peeing.
Seasons pissing. Yeah. Pissed you couldn't join us this
Yes.
holiday season and send it out to all the people that weren't able to join us.
Mistletoe.
You know what?
Hey, piss with me under the mistletoe. We put mistletoe over top of the toilet.
Exactly.
Well, looks
Every
like
time
we're
you
both
see
here.
it.
We've got to piss. That's hysterical.
Hey.
Mistletoe, third show title.
Yeah.
You know what I've done before? I've actually
Shit through a friend's legs.
now I've never done that, but I have.
Loser.
I have sat on the toilet
Grumpy Munchkin.
and I because when I go to the bathroom at night, I sit.
Yeah.
To pee?
I do. At night, I sit.
I
Me
sit
too.
to pee, but I lay
Why?
down to shit.
Why? Because I don't like turning the lights on.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
It's
I
laziness,
you,
and plus you don't want to
blind?
make a
Yeah.
mess in the
So
so I
dark.
sit down and
I
sometimes
understand.
I'll be playing my
I
game
got you.
on my phone.
You can't.
That's worse than having
Well,
the light.
hold on.
I know.
You
Well, here's
You're
what
so
happened.
into your phone. You wake up, you
Right.
walk to piss.
Well,
You have to look at your phone for that 20 seconds.
Well, here's the deal. So, for example, last night.
Do you wipe too?
Last night I went to bed. I didn't shit. Last night I
I
went to
know.
bed. I didn't know whether or not I'd won my guillotine league. I had to.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
I go
so
in
you're
there.
checking stats.
So I checked.
I'll do that on Ravens Thursday night
Right.
games. In middle of the night, 1 a.m., third
Right.
piss, I'll pop the phone open. Yes, Ravens pulled it off.
So I'll be checking stuff out, and then while I'm sitting there, I'll go again. I pee twice during one sit.
Have you ever had to wake up and take a dump?
Rarely.
This is the grossest
Not-
show we've ever done.
That's
Yeah.
a rare.
It's rare. If
It's-
once or
People are like
twice a year.
so glad that we can watch this show now, dude. Not just listen to it.
Yeah, can't. It's we've already started the DLP buzz, Jen.
Yeah.
But
But
no,
great Patreon this week.
we're actually going to lose followers. Side
That's
note,
the
we
goal.
haven't. They're
Yeah.
just going up,
You
and
know
that
what?
means the world to
Yes,
us.
it does.
Oh yeah.
Joe is very good about staying on top of the patronage and who subscribes.
We're
and who
close
the
to
people
another
are.
goal.
We are close to a goal, and I'll just say the goal is that, and you are about to get us to it. So, side note, we are still doing the Brotherly Film and Music Festival. It is done.
Yes.
Dave Dennis has agreed to it. How about this? Within the next week,
Go on.
we will have a date.
Okay.
We will sit down. We will powwow. It is going to be probably in late January. Need to see how
All
Ravens
right.
football goes. This
Yeah.
team is kicking ass. Obviously, 98 Rock,
Lock it
JSS,
in.
priority one. So once we figure out what's going on with that, I want to see to it that it's a day that you are here. Because
Right
your
now,
road
late
schedule
January is
busy.
open for me, but I do believe we might be adding some dates. But as of right now, I'm open all of January.
Perfect. Because
nice.
you weren't able to go to the $50
Mhm.
party. You weren't able to go to the Dave Dennis Sonic Spinball
Mhm.
/ Dig Dug tournament. You're a working man. But this next one, you got to be at. We have to have you at this
I
thing.
need to be there
Because you
Yes.
need to see Eric's brother's movie and listen to my brother's album. And again, neither brother are allowed to come. So
Hey,
we can really
That-
have a good
It's a
laugh.
selling point for sure.
We're getting near the end of the show. I want to ask. Rob knows the answer to this question,
Please.
so maybe I want to. Let's leave on this little tidbit of trivia.
All right.
Okay. At Easy Trivia, we
Okay.
do Easy Trivia on Monday
Middleton's
at Middleton. Shout
Yeah,
out,
I'll
Maddie.
give it to you trivia.
I believe that
I didn't believe you when this. You sent
I
this to me.
believe the easiest question.
Okay.
The easiest question ever in the history of her trivia
Any
was
trivia.
asked. Any trivia. I think it wasn't 2 + 2. That's the kind of,
Okay.
but that's what it was.
Elementary level. Could one
Yeah,
of my
no, no,
children?
no.
Could one of my children answer? this?
Every one of your children can answer this question.
Well,
I don't know. about
Everyone.
that.
All right. What was the question? What was the question?
Oh my God.
Does Robbie know?
How many seasons are there?
No, it's easier
Can you give me a
than that.
category? Give me a category.
God, if I
It's-
do,
there's- I mean,
you're going to
there's a
get it
billion-
right
there's
away.
A billion
God, I can't-
something mathematical. Who's the
Rob,
president?
you know
Who's
that-
the president?
That's the question.
No fucking way.
That's the question.
No!
The president of the United States.
The question is, who is the current president of
It
the United
wasn't,
States? This
like,
is
and
how,
you
different-
got it
this is how the question
wrong.
was asked.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Because Joe answered
They
who
said,
he
I
wanted
think
to be
it's like
president.
Joe Biden's birthday is like yesterday
Yeah,
or something like that, right? And they go, this person was born on this day in this year, and they are the current president of the United States. That was the question. Okay. And I look at her, I go, are you fucking kidding me? Like, we make fun of this being easy. And because I always say, what are the colors of the American flag, making a joke. I mean, this is
The question could have been at least what current living or former president's birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
Yeah,
'Cause then
that's-
at least what do you got? A
Or
one in
something like,
friggin'
obviously,
4 chance or something.
everybody knows Biden's the oldest president ever. It's a two-parter. Who's the oldest president? Who is the youngest president ever? That's like a trivia question. But okay, question number 5. What's today's date?
hey, listen to me.
That's
She
harder.
Gave
That's harder.
That's harder.
That is.
Yes.
She
I've
gave-
never confused who the current president is. I confuse the dates all the time.
Even Graham says
my
the
father
current
knows,
president.
right? Who
Yeah.
the current president is.
Oof.
Here's the thing. She also gave the year he was born. You follow what I'm saying?
1816.
So then you can just do the math as well. So even if you didn't say it was the current president, you could be like
Yes.
this person. You could do the math and go, oh, no. But then she added at the end, it's the current.
it's the current
It's the current president.
Good God.
Loved
I've
it.
got to
Did-
get to one of these things. So
Did
Oh,
you
we
try
won.
to get it wrong?
So no, we
Because she'll
won.
give you credit. You could have wrote
Well, it is funny because we got a half a
Jimmy
point
Carter.
because they go, what part of the turkey changes colors. I can't remember if it was temperature or whatever. The answer is the waddle. I don't know what
The
it's really
boner
called.
part.
I don't know what it's.
God,
I don't know
his
what
ass.
it's really called. We
Yeah.
wrote waddle. Of course, we
Yeah.
knew we're going to get it.
Yeah.
But I said, hey, it might not be called that. So I go draw a picture of a turkey and point an arrow. She gives an extra half point.
Carl Heim. Carl Heim, so how many people got it wrong? Did she tell you how many people? Will she go, wow, all of you got that one right?
No, she didn't
She
do
won't?
that. But
When
but
she gave the answer, were people like saying?
Did anybody in the
things?
background do
yeah,
this?
no,
Did they
no.
go,
As
son of a
soon as she
bitch.
said that, I looked at her. I go, that's the Maddie I know.
That's my
my
Maddie.
girl. That's
this
my
is
girl.
easy level.
That's
Like if I
right.
just want to play a video game and just see the story, I set it on easy. I tear ass through it. By the way, speaking of video games, coming up on the Patreon, I'm going to discuss a game that I played on the Twitch stream that the minute I got done playing it, per Chris Karlheim's ushering and interest, I deleted that video and deleted that game off of my hard drive
Oh,
because I
really?
could not have evidence having me ever having played it. Because if I ever found out that my dear friend Randolph Rice, who's in chat right now,
Oh, hell yeah.
found out that I was
Yes.
playing this thing, I feel like he'd pull his funding from us. Scan this thing in the background,
Scan.
ricelawmd.com/DLPJSS and Rock Hard Boners. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes on the Patreon for the first ever DLP Buzzed Agenda. Cheers.